All right, y'all, man. Big Mike coming at you live and direct. Max City Limits Radio Show. Didn't really have no plans to get on here and say nothing for a while, man. I've been just hella busy taking care of grown man business, you know what I mean? But due to the fact that we got this Carmelo Anthony stuff going on, man, and once again, I'm very disgusted at the mental acuity, at the IQ of the Negro, man. It's absolutely disgusting, man. The EBT culture has taken over, man. And, brothers like me, we can't sit by and just be quiet and allow idiocracy to take control, man. We can't do it, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't know why y'all be wanting to hear my take on things like this, man. If y'all been listening to Big Mike, man, for the past decade, you know, man, there ain't no victim mentality over here, man. We don't do that victim nonsense, man. Nuh-uh. You gonna be a man. You gonna stand. You gonna stand on what you know. Yeah, that's right, man. You're gonna be accountable for your actions, Jack. You know what I mean? And always turning around and screaming racism. I'm so sick of you niggas doing that. God damn. Man, let the stop it. Y'all see I'm struggling here not to be cursing and using profanity, man, but this stuff, man, this is ridiculous, man. The stuff that I'm seeing out here, brothers can't connect dots. They can't seem to just put two and two together. They slow, man. Even my boy Charleston White. Yeah, even my boy Charleston White, man, who I'm like 95% with. I don't know what he's smoking. I don't know what he's smoking. First of all, let me say this, man. Look, I can understand initially why, if you are a so-called Negro and you hear this thing played out between Austin and Metcalf, or Austin and Karmelo, and you don't understand what we call the use of force continuum, or the self-defense policy from state to state. I can understand that initially, man, because I wasn't always hip to it, man. Even though I had done security and I was trying to get into law enforcement, did not necessarily get into law enforcement. I got into corrections. And when I got into corrections, that's what we had to learn about use of force. And we had to learn about self-defense. And the main thing that I remember vividly when I got into it, right, because I'm just coming from the streets. I'm coming from the hood. And they teaching us how to wrangle in, how to cuff and stuff criminals, right? And so they're asking questions like, so what do you do if the inmate, he tries to wrestle you or he tries to kick you? And I'm like, punch him in the face. I'm like, yeah, you kick him back. And then to my surprise, the people that I was teaching the class said, no. You don't punch him in the face. You don't kick him back. No. See, at that time, they was trying to teach us Aikido, which is absolute trash when it comes to self-defense. But the state does not want lawsuits. That's why they would rather the inmate whoop your ass than you whoop theirs. So they was teaching us Aikido techniques. No, you apply this wrist lock or this arm drag. You know what I mean? And I was just like, well, you ain't allowed to punch him back. You ain't allowed to kick him. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it was a culture shock to me because everywhere that I've been, right, if someone tries to smack you, you smack them back. If anyone tries to kick you, you kick them back. Yeah, you don't answer that with marshmallows and cotton candy. You're like, what? No. Mm-mm. So when I'm looking at these Negroes online who ain't been nowhere, ain't did nothing, ain't read no book, that's the main problem too, man. Niggas don't read, niggas don't study, niggas ain't trying to figure nothing out, man. They just online listening to other people as far as videos are concerned. And most of these people that's making these videos, once again, they don't study, they don't read, they don't flesh things out. They don't know anything about law. They don't know anything about, like I say, use of force or self-defense or stand your ground. They don't know nothing. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. So on the outset, I can kind of understand you being ignorant, right? Because once upon a time, I was ignorant, man. And I got unignorant, right? Because pretty soon, like I said, that became my profession. I had to know how to deal with individuals in a lawful manner that tried to, should I say, step up the chicanery on the physical side, man. I had to know and understand what I was allowed to do and what I was not allowed to do, right? So I could give people a pass on the onset. But what I can't give you a pass for is this case been going on for like 2 years, man, and ain't none of y'all just thought to be like, okay, let me read up on use of force. Let me read up on self-defense. Let me read up on stand your ground. Man, 80% of people, these Negroes out here that's bumping their gums about this, ain't did that. They ain't did it. Nope. No, they ain't did it, man. And it's a bad look, man, for the Negro, man. It's an extremely bad look for the Negro because it's just basically it's showing and proving that you niggas are dumb. Yeah. Yeah, somebody gotta say it, man. You niggas are dumb, man. Yeah, idiocracy is real. Idiocracy is real, son. Good Lord, man. The arguments that I'm seeing these fools make ain't got nothing to do with the tea in China, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. It's like, oh, Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy. Yep. So what we gonna do? We gonna go ahead and react to this little video. It's gonna be a combo. This dude, I don't know who this dude is, but he's supposed to be critiquing Charleston White. And, I mean, both of the individuals that's bumping their gums don't know what they talking about, man. But Big Mike is your huckleberry, man. I'm gonna educate you, man. I'm gonna educate you. That's right. You know, and understand this. Y'all know my history. I have been accosted and I have dealt with racist individuals in the military and in the prison system. I have no love for anybody that's a so-called racist. But once again, you can't prove that they was racist. And Karmelo didn't even know these dudes, man. You know what I mean? So y'all talking about they bullied him and they bullies and let's just get down to it, man. Let's just do that, man. Now, Dig, before we start this on off, man, there's a such thing as being just so defiantly ignorant, man. and you so sure of yourself, like you really know what you're talking about, man. And that's what illustrates. This is the perfect illustration right here, man. This dude, he's so animated. He actually think he know what he's talking about, man. And that's the scary part about dealing with these Negroes, man. Ain't read a book, ain't bothered to flesh none of this out, ain't bothered to study up on the topic. But they YouTube scholars, man. You know what I mean? They get everything from YouTube, from other ignorant ass Negroes, man. You know what I mean? So let's check this dude out, man. Along with my boy Charleston. Charleston, man, what are you smoking, my dude? What? All right, let's go, y'all.
And if you don't like it, get to stepping because it ain't gonna stop. Now run the tape.
You know why Hunter's not taking a stand? He's not going to pass cross-examination. The reason Hunter's not going to take the stand, and from what I hear, the dad's bought a new truck, the mom's got a new 8-bedroom house. The dad, there's already text messages about the dad bragging on going on European tours.
Okay, what that got to do with the self-defense case? Just like when they was going ahead and they was grilling and roasting Carmelo's family for doing the same thing. I didn't harp on that too much. It is what it is, man. Everybody grifting off the nonsense, man. But what that got to do with the case?
Used to beat those boys' mom. And there's I'm going to tell you why they're not bringing up the fact that these both guys knew jiu-jitsu.
Why does that even matter that they knew jiu-jitsu? Karmelo didn't know them, man. Karmelo, he can't fear for his life against some dudes that knew jiu-jitsu because he didn't know them. He couldn't have been like, "Ooh, I got to pull this knife out because I know about the Metcalf brothers. They know jiu-jitsu." According to eyewitnesses and eyewitness accounts, Karmelo didn't know them, and the Metcalfs didn't know him. So why is this relevant? It ain't. It's just simple, dumb-ass nigga logic.
We're not even going to worry about them not bringing it up. We don't have to bring up the fact that Austin knows jiu-jitsu, trained since he was a kid. We'll wait to the closing arguments to do that. We won't bring up the fact that Austin and Hunter both kicked their dad's ass.
What that got to do with Karmelo? What that got to do with the case? Once again, you might have a case if Karmelo knew about these two boys knowing jiu-jitsu, knew about these two boys beating their father's ass, but he don't know that. Therefore, he can't use that to say, I was scared, so I had to stab him because I knew that they was badasses. Once again, nigga logic. Let's stick with the case. Stick with the facts of the case. Not what the hell happened 2 or 3 years in the past between the Metcalf family, the Metcalf boys, and they daddy. That got to do with anything. Nigga logic, son.
He's a little short guy, they're big guys. These are some violent white boys. So we're not going to bring up the fact that Karmelo didn't run. When Karmelo did what he had to do to keep those guys off of him, he ran straight to a coach. This is what they're not telling you guys. When he took off running, he ran to a coach, and even the coach.
I can't believe it. Charleston has got to be doing this shit for views, man. Because it's such a dumbass take, my nigga. It's like, well, what does that have to do with him pulling out his knife and stabbing homeboy as soon as he got touched? Now you want to go and run and get a coach. That's it. That nigga logic is ass backwards. What you do is you go and get a coach first. You don't stab someone in the chest, then go get the coach. The dumbassery is God damn it, man. Yo, man. I don't know what to say about these niggas, man.
Just testimony, according to the police's initial statement that they got from the witnesses, that multiple children, 4 to 5 children, was chasing Karmelo to harm him.
Was this before or after he stabbed the dude, man? It would probably make sense if he did get chased after he started slicing people up like Michael Myers. But from what we can tell from the court proceedings, no one was surrounding him. No one was chasing him from the onset. No. Now, could they have took exception with him stabbing Metcalf and then chased him, which would make sense. Yeah, I think that would make some sense. It's unreal, man. The nigga logic, man. The nigga logic. It's like they can't connect the dots. They don't understand. They don't understand shit.
And the teachers had to keep those kids off of Karmelo. They're not telling that poor guy. So then let me.
Well, how come they not telling it? Why did the defense not bring that up if that indeed happened? Well, it sounds like your gripe is with the sorry ass defense team. If that did happen, cite your sources, man. Cite your sources, son. From what we can see through the trial, that was never brought up. Why was that never brought up, Charleston? Where you getting your information, man? Yeah.
Go on to say, there's rumors that Karmelo had been suspended and he wasn't supposed to be there. No, people. No, people. Let me tell you who was suspended. AKA Austin Metcalf and his twin pink.
Whether either one of these dudes was suspended is irrelevant to the case. What is relevant to the case is they met up under that tent and somebody overreacted and he done screwed up bad. That's the only thing that's really relevant, man. Who was suspended, who was not suspended. I mean, I can't believe I'm actually having to explain this shit, man. Shit. I mean, the thing that is most relevant, actually, because I ran track, and I do understand that, yeah, even at football games, man, whenever you have any sort of game, basketball game, football game, track, you stay on the side of your team, man. And Karmelo couldn't respect that, man. Karmelo, he got the thought process of a ratchet black broad, man. You know what I mean? You know how you can't tell a ratchet black broad nothing? She thinks she God's gift to the planet Earth, man. You can't tell her nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Boo-boo. You know how them broads be, man. You know what I mean? Because basically the whole black community is a ratchet black broad, man. That's all it is. And these young YNs, they taking their cues from ratchet black broads, man. So they act like ratchet black broads, and ratchet black broads don't respect nothing. Don't respect nothing. So you over there up under their spot, they got their valuables up under there. And YNs already got a bad rap, man, for having sticky fingers, always want to steal and take stuff that ain't theirs, and then want to cry victim when they get popped. So they're like, hey, man, who are you and what you doing over here? Like, nah, man, go and kick it with your folks, man. You know what I mean? We got better things to do to try to keep an eye on you. Make sure you ain't got the sticky fingers, man. Yeah, it's like, look, man, go on somewhere, man. We not at ease with you coming over here. So Karmelo, well, I'm over here because I'm trying to visit a friend. You know what I mean? Well, we seen how much of a friend he was to you. That's right, man. But instead of just saying, all right, you know what I mean? I respect the hustle. I'm going to just go on about my way. I'm not welcome here. I'm not wanted here. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and bounce, man. Not Karmelo. No. He got the mindset of a ratchet black broad, man. I goes where I wants to go. I do's what I wants to do, boo-boo. Boo-boo. Nah, instead of you just being a man and respecting the hustle and be like, you know what? I really ain't got no business over here, man. It do look kind of weird. It do look kind of out of place. Even though it might be raining. Yeah, I need to go somewhere where I'm wanted, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Couldn't do that. Just couldn't do that. Nah, But no, it was a dick measuring contest, man. That's all that was, man. So he was going to show and prove that, nah, you ain't going to punk me. Now, you know, I dig the energy. I dig the energy, man. You know what I mean? If you didn't want somebody punking you, you know what I mean, and you want to stand your ground with it, just stand your ground with it, man. Okay? But where you messed up, homeboy, is you just took it too far, man. You took it too far. And for you to just be like, I was scared. Man, that'd be killing me, man. I'll be watching these cop cams, man. And in order for the black violators, in order for them to, should I say, justify they nonsense, first thing they always tell the cop is, well, I was scared, sir. I was scared. Man, there's nothing more disgusting than these Negroes out here, man. You know, bumping their guns, talking about black power. But man, when it really go down, I was scared. I was scared for my life. Look, man, I done been in situations. Look, I had 10, 15 niggas wailing on me, man. You know what I mean? And it did cross my mind, man, when I went to school. You know, I was gonna take me a knife to school, man. I was gonna do it. I was gonna, but I never. But I came up at a different time, man. You know what I mean? I elected to just get them back at my own leisure, on my own time, man. One on one, one by one. Or excuse me, I didn't unalive nobody. And thusly, Big Mike is here to tell the tale, and I'm not doing 20 to 30 years because I was scared. I took my lumps. You know, I swing them things. Shoot, I survived. But man, this new breed of Negro out here, man, you know, he ain't built like he ain't built like we was, man. We took a licking and kept on ticking, but these new Negroes, man. You can't harm a hair on a pretty little head, man. You tear out one of them locks, or you rip off one of their fingernails, or whatever. Yeah, you got to pay for that. They're pulling out the Dracos and all that, man. It's ridiculous, man. And then a lot of y'all listen to this, and y'all still don't really understand what this is about, man. This ain't about the Metcalfs. This ain't about white folks. This ain't about doing what they want you to do. It's about you having the wisdom to stay your dumb ass out of prison. That's how you win, dumb nigga. Stay your ass out of prison. They win when you go to prison. And how do they win? Because you don't have the mental acuity to flesh out dumb shit. But you know, y'all want to go ahead and y'all want to make it a flex to be a dumb nigga, man. That's what you wanted to do. You want to make it a flex to be a dumb nigga. Yeah. See, they told me that I needed to lead a tent, but I showed them. Yeah, you sure did. Yeah, you showed them. Yeah, another black man locked up. You ain't gonna produce no childrens. Your parents ain't gonna see no grandchildrens. Yeah, you're gonna provide food for the prison industrial complex, like the dumb nigga you are. And then the rest of these niggas out here that ain't got two brain cells to rub together, they looking at brothers like me, like I'm the sellout. Shit, I did what I'm supposed to do. I stayed the fuck out of trouble. I stayed out the prison. I stayed out of jail. I didn't deal dope. Well, you know, I kind of got involved in some pimping. But hey, we ain't all perfect. We ain't all perfect, man. Shoot. A man can solve nothing if he's pure. Yeah, man. So, hey, I've been out there, Jack.
Oh, pale brother. Hunter. This shit is getting good, white people. White people. White.
Yeah, once again, everything you stating don't mean shit when it comes to the case, nigga.
People, white people, white people. This shit is getting good.
Charleston White initially said Carmelo Anthony should face prison time for his actions. However, after speaking directly with Carmelo's parents and hearing their perspective on the case, he changed his position and became more supportive. Make that make sense. Well, Mr. Charleston White, see, I ain't have to talk to his parents, bro, to figure out what was going on. So guess what? I'm going to take it from here, partner. See, last year, their father, Jeff Metcalf, his arm was broken. His sons broke his arm, bro.
What do that got to do with the case? Man, these niggas are dumb, man. Dumb. In order for this to mean anything, Karmelo would have to know about the Metcalf boys and their daddy. Therefore, he could actually have some sort of self-defense on, I was scared, sir. But he don't know none of this shit. So you niggas digging this shit up, it don't amount to shit, man. Oh, man, stupid, man.
His sons spanked him. If you know, you know. And that's not the only thing. These are the two real thugs, bro. And they grew up in a broken home. Not Carmelo Anthony.
It don't matter. It's irrelevant. Why? Because everything y'all bringing up once again, it's going to hinge on Carmelo being scared or having fear of these two strapping bully white boys, and he had no knowledge of these bully white boys or how they get down with their daddy or how they get down with their family or if they knew Jiu-Jitsu. He don't know none of that. So he can't use that as a self-defense in the trial. These niggas digging all this shit up, man, is totally irrelevant, man. God damn, man.
But we'll talk about that later on in this video. So before I spaz out, I tried to warn them. Running straight to the media right after it happened was their biggest mistake, but they didn't listen.
You got all that passion and you dumb.
You know what? Let's travel back in time right quick. Run the tape.
Because the kid was mad. My son is not here anymore. And I don't understand it.
Just tell me about what happened today.
I don't know. I got a phone call from Hunter. He was screaming that Austin had been stabbed. I was at work, and so I drove. I work in Grapevine, so I drove up to the hospital straight away. I actually beat the ambulance there. Yeah, I saw them have him come out. He was on a lot of machines, and it didn't take long for them to come in to say that he had passed. So, not sure, senseless.
What are you proving, nigga? Like, what is this?
Act of a boy that was in the wrong tent, and my son doing the right thing by telling that boy that he needed to be removed from where he was, and just doesn't make any sense. I mean, that's just because the kid was mad, my son is not here anymore, and I don't understand it. This is Hunter. Did you want to talk to him?
I'm so sorry for him.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I'm still trying to figure out what is the point of him showing this.
If you don't mind, what happened?
There was this kid, before I knew his name now, this kid was sitting under our pack. I try nowadays how people.
The Metcalf family quickly spoke with major news outlets and shared their version of events. Critics argue those interviews helped shape public opinion before all the facts were presented in court. Make that make sense. First of all, I want to say thank you to this woman, man. Thank you to this woman. Look, I need y'all to go to Instagram and go follow her on Instagram, man, and tell her that Introvert Rockstar sent y'all, because she the one that reminded me of these videos, man, and she always standing on business. She always speaking up for the people, and I love that shit. But like I always say, in the words of Johnny Taylor, They running out of lies, getting hard to think of an alibi. To the Metcalf family, y'all can't lie your way out of this one, bro. And to you, little Hunter, man, what you doing? These ain't real tears, brother. These are tears of guilt. You and your brother wanted to be bullied so bad, man, and it cost you. And the cold part is your parents don't give a damn. To them, it's all about the Benjamins. Damn, man.
Oh my God, man. Classic case, man. Style, no substance, man. This nigga right here, man. He is just totally clueless, man, to what we would call the law. What does the law say, man? What does the law say, man? Your emotions, man, it's oh, God damn it, man. Look, once again, I'm just telling y'all, man. Look, any y'all listening to this shit, man, and you ain't really feeling what Big Mike's saying, look, you do you, my nigga. Next time you out there and you got something crazy going on between you and some white kid, man, or some white dude, feel free, man. Peel his cap black. Slice him and dice him. Do you. Have a ball. You know what I'm saying? Do you, son. Yeah. see where that gets you, bro. See where that gets you, man. You know what I mean? A hard head make a soft ass, man. So y'all go ahead. You know, and that's funny, man. We got all these dudes out here, you know, popping all this revolutionary, you know, black man. You niggas ain't gonna bust a grape, man. Y'all don't know how to fish. You don't know how to hunt. You don't know how to build nothing. You niggas, y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to stop, man. Y'all need to listen to somebody that's gonna tell you the truth about yourself, man. And I'm gonna tell you the truth about yourself. I done been around. I see how you niggas act, man. And once upon a time, black folks used to be able to build. Black folks used to be able to build a house. Used to be able to fix a car. Used to be able to farm. No, I don't know. Nobody know how to do none of that shit no more. So you talking about this revolution? Like what? Who is going to sign up to be on a revolution with you Negroes, man? What do you know how to do besides whine, bitch, and complain? Nigga, you don't know how to do shit but whine, bitch, and complain, man. Shit. At least the white boys still know how to fish and hunt and do all sorts of survivalist stuff, go out camping, and I don't understand it, man. Well, why is these niggas, man, so goddamn dumb, man? Stupidity. Everything that this nigga is popping is irrelevant, man. He ain't talking about shit. That was in the case. He ain't talking about nothing that was basically said by the witnesses, half of which were black. But no, he talking about these lame ass Metcalf interviews right after. Like, who cares? What that got to do with anything?
And check this out. A fundraiser linked to Austin Metcalf's father raised $585,179, while a separate fundraiser linked to his mother raised $190,322.
And what's that got to do with the facts of the case? We could both talk about, yeah, both families was grifting. Both of them got a nice little grip, man. Both of them. The Metcalf and the Anthony family. They both got paid. What does that got to Jesus?
Because Austin's parents were not together. Separate fundraisers were organized on their behalf. Make that make sense. See, I noticed something about racist Caucasian people, man. They be having broken homes. They be having kids that hate them, but then they get on TV and they talk about Jesus. Then they get on TV and they talk about forgiveness. What you talking about, Willis? See, Mr. Jeff, I see why when that Fox reporter mentioned your name to your ex-wife, she made this face, bruh. I see why. And then
I don't know, y'all. Look, y'all. We have not heard anything substantial about the case that would prove Karmelo innocent. All this boy is doing, he just talking a bunch of nonsense about their family life, man. And once again, it would come into play if Karmelo actually knew these people. He did not know these people. He don't know that they come from a broken home. He don't know that there's violence in the home. He don't know that they knew Jiu-Jitsu. So he can't use that to say, I was scared, sir. Once again, it's called critical thinking skills, nigga. God damn, man. And the horrible thing is when I step outside in public and when white folks look at me, they lumping me in with this dumbass nigga right here, man. Oh, shit. I hate to say it, man, but you know, when I hear about folks say, you just bootlicking the white man, so he look at you as you was one of the good ones. I guess, man. But look, you ain't about to piss on me and tell me it's raining, man. I'm not. Nah, man. I'm not about to be looking like a village idiot walking around with these mental midgets, man. These are mental midgets bringing up stuff that ain't got nothing to do with the case.
She had the kids. She's taking care of the kids, bro. But you made more money than her on GoFundMe. Congratulations, Jeffrey. You played yourself. I keep telling y'all, bro, these people ain't on shit. Jeff Metcalf attended a press conference held by Carmelo Anthony's family, a move that drew criticism from some supporters of Karmelo. Critics viewed his presence as an attempt to pressure or intimidate the family during a highly public stage of the case. Make that make sense. Mr. Jeff, let's talk man to man. You should never put your hands on the mother of your kids, bro. Out of all people, you should know that, bro. You're old enough. You should know that. A lot of men have problems with their baby mama, their ex-wife, but you should never put your hands on the mother of your kids.
Simp ass nigga. Man, there's plenty of reason to put your hands on a broad, man. Plenty of reasons. That's what's wrong with the planet today over here in the West, man. Yeah, y'all letting these broads, man, just run over you roughshod, man. Now, like y'all know my stance on that, man. You only put the goon hand down, man, when she start acting ridiculous, man, with the physicalities. That's what you do, man. But you know, this dude, you know, he a simp ass nigga, man. You know what I mean? He don't know how to think. He ain't got no critical thinking skills. He the same kind of dude, man, that'll let a broad just run over him roughshod. You know what I mean? You should never put your hands on a woman. Shit, man. I done told you. Each time I meet a broad, I let her know. I hope you ain't one of them type of chicks that think that you just gonna act a fool and be all in my face acting ridiculous and putting your hands on me. Because I can't guarantee that I won't smack the taste out your mouth. I do it. Shit. And if I gotta go ahead and spend the night in jail after it is what it is, shit. I'm just gonna let you know. Nah, bitch. It's not gonna be sweet. Shit. But just to let you know, Big Mike is smart, man. Big Mike's intelligent. Each time I've ever had to get physical with a woman, she deserved it. And I documented it. And I proved that the broad was in the wrong, man. So I've never had to deal with any blowback from me putting my hands on a broad, man. Never. Except for the time when them niggas shot up my house when I was in high school.
Bro, and then you walked into that press conference and you tried to bully Carmelo's parents. The same thing your sons tried to do to Karmelo. If y'all feel like I'm tripping, in my comment section, tell me I'm tripping.
You tripping.
All you had to do was do right by their mother, man. All you had to do was teach your sons how to keep their hands to themselves. But no, you want to be big and bad. You're not big and bad because you can put your hands on a woman. You actually soft. SOF capital T, soft. According to the news reports, jurors and others in the courtroom were shown video footage related to the incident. The footage became a major part of the case as attorneys used it to support their arguments about what happened during the confrontation. Make that make sense. All I want to know is, where is the footage? You telling me we don't have now one video footage, bro, of the stabbing? Even after, bro, none of those kids recorded nothing? I can't believe that. But oh, they can show us the footage of the Julio Folio case. But oh, they can show us the footage of the YSL Young Thug case. But oh, they can show us the footage of the Diddy case. But oh, they can show us the footage of the O Block OTF case. I can go on and on, bro. Listen, if Carmelo Anthony, bro, if he was guilty, that footage would have dropped the same day that stabbing happened. The same day they...
Oh, good God, man. Look, man, it's real simple. You don't want to go to prison, don't do dumb nigga shit, man. It's just that simple, man. You don't want your life or your fate hinged upon somebody, some random person pulling out their phone and recording this, that, and the third, man. You know, now we getting into conspiracies, man, that someone's deliberately suppressing, you know, so-called footage that would exonerate homeboy, man. You know what I mean? And we wouldn't even have to get to that if Karmelo just had some intelligence, man. If he was just intelligent enough to know, I can't stab someone that shoves me. You can't stab someone who shoves you, man. But once again, Big Mike is telling you, look, if you one of them Negroes and you all about the revolution, well, man, go on out and do all the stabbing and shooting you want, man, and have fun in the prison industrial complex making white daddy that money, man. Since you so smart, since you so into the revolution, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. This is what you teaching the youth. You teaching them to be stupid. You teaching them to be cannon fodder, man. That's what you're doing, man. Not to mention the fact that you ain't got no smoke for none of these YNs when they go ahead and kill somebody that look like them. But, man, when it comes to somebody that don't look like them, now all of a sudden, yo, niggas are so ass backwards, man. And this nigga talking about a conspiracy theory that they must have scrubbed the video, the real video that would exonerate Carmelo. Man, fuck out of here, man. Big Mike has been around, man. I done live with the white folks and I done live with the niggas, man. And I ain't never been jumped by a whole bunch of white boys. Never ever in a million years I've been jumped by a bunch of white boys. But when it comes to some chimping out, niggas chimp out, man. Niggas chimp out. I mean, shit, first 2-3 years I moved to the west side of Dayton. That's all I dealt with, man. This dirty ass niggas, man, jumping on me because I read. Niggas found out that I read books. They wanted to beat my ass, man. Yeah. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, man. So that's what I'm like, man. You know, if the white boys was bullies, you know what I mean? I'm like, that goes totally against what I see. You might have a white boy that might be a bully, but you know, you don't have a gang of white boys jumping on nobody, man. That's niggas. That's nigga action. So I knew these niggas was lying about that. Where they do that at? Where a whole bunch of white boys troop up and then just start wailing on you, man. Can any of y'all find that shit on YouTube? Can y'all find that on YouTube, man? Young high school white boys, man, trooping up and going places and just putting hands on folks. Where that at? These niggas is delusional, man. Fuck out of here, man.
incident happened, bro, that video would have been all over social media if he was guilty. It would have been on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest. I can go on.
No, it wouldn't. Because basically what the social engineers like to do is they like to go ahead and keep everything muddy and keep everything in the gray zone. Therefore, you don't have anything definitive. So you got people on the white side who may be racist. You got niggas on the black side that may be racist. You know, on both sides to be thinking that they in the right. And you can't have that if you putting out stuff that shows definitively that anybody on either side was in the right or in the wrong. No, the best way to get more bang for your buck is to basically have everything vague, everything in the middle, everything in the gray, so that everybody will be fighting amongst themselves, trying to prove their case that their side is in the right. That's how you get more bang for your buck. That's how you get a race war. Yeah, you can't show definitive proof that Karmelo or Austin is in the wrong. Nuh-uh, can't do that. Because too many rational people will look at it and be like, well, I did see the video and it does show that such and such was clearly in the wrong. That diffuses the race war. But once again, low IQ niggas like that don't understand how the social engineers get down. They're not about to let y'all see anything definitive. They want this to simmer. They want it to marinate in hopes that it'll kick something off. And right now, it would appear that nothing has kicked off, even though they gave homeboy 35 years, and he might do 20. He might do 20. So he got off pretty good, man. He should have just did a plea deal on the real. But yeah, man, this is ridiculous. But this is just. I'm speechless, man, at just the slow dim-wittedness of these niggas, man.
And on, bro. And if you feel like I'm lying in my comment section, tell me I'm lying.
You lying.
And you already know, before I end this video, I have to always speak from my heart. Before I end this video, I have to always speak from my heart. Look, I'm noticing something, man.
Well, I tell you what, man, if you're going to speak from your heart, how about you speak from your head, nigga? How about you use that gray matter? Yeah, you real passionate. You real emotional. Like a bitch. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Fuck out of here, man. Somebody got to call these niggas out, man.
All these racist people are trying to attack Black American people. They trying to race bait us. They trying to gaslight us. I'm talking about racist Caucasian people, Asian people. Hey, whoever's speaking against us, bro. So here's what we're going to do. If it's not Black American, don't support it. And look, I know we got to get gas, clothes, and all that stuff. Look, we got to up our game when it comes to certain type of businesses. But if you can, man, only support your people. When it comes to them, when it comes to getting the hair stuff.
Well, he's saying something that makes sense. Finally, he's saying something that makes sense. Okay. I'll give you a pass on that. Yeah, that's something that Negroes need to do. Good luck with that.
Beauty supplies, the food, the art, the music, the businesses, man. I can go on and on. Support your own people. Don't support these people that think that we need them. We don't need them, bro. We invented all this shit. I think they forgot. So we have to remind them, man. Support your own people because Carmelo Anthony is innocent, and they know that.
Carmelo Anthony's not fucking innocent, man. You don't stab someone in the chest because he shoved you. Man, bet you $1, man. Bet your bottom dollar, man. This nigga, man, if he had a relative that was at a track meet and then they had like some sort of verbal altercation and he was the one that shoved somebody and then he got stabbed in the chest, you think this nigga would be popping this shit, man? Do you really think that this nigga would be popping this shit if the roles were reversed? If Carmelo Anthony was the one that got stabbed in the chest? If he was the one that got stabbed in the chest by Metcalf, y'all be screaming bloody murder, man. I know how these niggas get down, man. I know how they get down. They ain't looking at the facts of the case. They just looking at the skin tone, man. That's all they doing, man. And look, man, just looking at Karmelo's face, man. Karmelo's face, man. I mean, they claim he was a good student, man, but he expression on his face, he looked low IQ to me, man. He don't really look like he putting 2 and 2 together, man. He really don't. Yeah, man. I mean, for you to go ahead and do that, to overreact like that, yeah, man, you got issues, you got problems, son, man. Yeah, Big Mike, man, I've been punched, I've been kicked, I've been jumped on. I done survived the gambit, man, and never ever did I think to just be like, okay, I'm gonna shoot somebody, I'm gonna stab somebody, man, because I had the foresight to know and understand that. Look, I'm not going to prison, man. I'm not going to no prison. I like broads. I like women. These YNs, they don't like women. They must not, man, because they show us they don't care about doing a bid, man. They don't care about that, man. I love sugar walls too much to do that. Man. But yeah, Carmelo, he kind of slow, man. I don't understand why you would do something like that, man. Why don't you just leave up under their tent? You ain't had no business up under there, boy.
But they doing all they can do, bro, to make him look guilty. The teachers, the cops, all of them. I told y'all, they all on the same team. Bro, it's cold as hell to see the media, bro. The media, they know he's innocent, but they gotta say little things to make it sound.
And look, y'all, as much as we've been listening to this shit, he ain't produced not one lick of evidence to show that he's innocent. Not one. If you go ahead and look up the statutes, you go ahead and look up the law, and you look at how it's expressed and how it's disseminated, you cannot. Oh my God, man. And even though I'm gonna say this, it's gonna be niggas, man. It's gonna be in the comment section. They're gonna be just emotional, and they're gonna be acting like a ratchet bitch, man. They're gonna be like, man, you trying to get a butter biscuit from the white man. The law is supposed to be the law. You cannot respond the way that you respond to a threat. It has to be proportional to the threat that's facing you. You cannot pick up a gun or a knife because someone pushed you. I don't understand how that's not, how you don't understand that. You can't do that. But it was a whole bunch of white folks. No, it was some white folks and some black folks. And it was Austin and Hunter. And according to eyewitness accounts, only Austin put his hands on him. There was no kicks. There was no punches. There was no body slams. There was a shove. And then out came the blade. And we got niggas out there trying to defend this shit, man. Not knowing that they set a dangerous precedent, man, for these young YNs, man. Because now the YNs thinking that this is perfectly permissible. Even though Karmelo's getting spanked by the court system, the rest of these Negroes out there, man, they're gonna treat him like a hero, and then the rest of these youngsters, man, gonna think it's permissible, and they're gonna be doing the same stuff, and they're gonna be on lockdown in the prison industrial complex, making moolah for the corporations. Yeah. So in their infinite wisdom, man, and trying to show how revolutionary they are and how they're going to give the white man the finger, unknowingly they done fell into the trap, man. They done fell into the trap. You're going to get these young YNs out there. They ass is going to be naked in the wind. And, yeah, they're going to be funneled into the system. because they lack the brain cells to understand that you have to use discernment, you have to be rational, and you have to think your way through these things. You can't just fly off the handle and do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. And I know what y'all saying, bro, but what if the white man, there's cases where the white man get, okay, well, hey, you do what the white man do and see what that gets you. Do what the white man do and see what that gets you. You ain't white. So you're going to have to figure out a better way to do some things, ain't you, boy? But if you want to go to prison, yeah, and you want to get bent over by somebody that look like you, yeah, go ahead, man. Have at it. Have at it, man. If you want to go to prison and you want to sell your cheeks, man, for a carton of cigarettes, nigga, do what you do, man. You know, I'm trying to help you, nigga. I'm trying, and I ain't editing none of this shit. I ain't bleeping nothing out. This is from the heart. Like this homeboy said, this is from the heart. Man, this nigga right here, man. But the whole thing, the worst thing is, man, there's a sea, there's an ocean of these mental midgets out there, man. For real, man.
Like he's guilty, and they're doing it right in our faces. And look, don't be mad at it. This is the new black renaissance, man. We see everybody for who they are, bro.
Oh shit, man. Oh wait. Have you ever read a book, sir? Do you read articles? Do you read, man? How do these niggas actually get a following, man? Like, how do you? Oh, shit, man. Okay, all right, y'all. That's what I'm gonna do, man. That's what we gonna do, man. This is what we gonna do, bro. Big Mike coming at you live and direct, Maxi Limits Radio Show. Once again, I am doing this for you, youngster. You got a lot of people out there that's going to tell you that it's cool to crash out and it's cool to be a crash test dummy. I'm going to tell you it ain't. Speaking as an individual who worked 10 years in a close max security prison, that ain't some place you want to be, Jack. That ain't no place you want to be. And speaking with a lot of cats, man, in the prison for 10 years, one thing that is obvious, man, one thing that always came through and always resonated is the fact that how they wish they would have had someone that would set them down and talk to them and be rational with them and give them the 411 on what's waiting on them if they kept up with the nonsense, man. Well, right now, everybody's proposing off this Carmelo Anthony case is that you be nonsensical. You be a dumbass. Yeah, go ahead, crash out. Yeah. We ain't giving these white boys no play. White this, white that, whitey this, whitey. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. I sat down and talked to me and your brother, man. And man, they would always tell me, yo, Big Mike, man, I would just wish I had somebody that would just set me down and would tell me right from wrong. It would have imparted some wisdom on me, man. What these niggas is proposing to y'all, it ain't wisdom. Read up on the laws. Read up on self-defense. Read up on the continuum of force. Get educated on that, man. Because I've used a lot of force in my day. I've used force on the street and I've used force on the job. And I've always been cleared of using the force because I know how to use force. There's some dudes I had to really put the goon hand down on, and there's some I didn't have to. Why? Because all the force that I used was proportional to the force that they was using on me. Now, if you want to be an idiot and you want to take it too far because you black and they's white, well, go ahead, man. Like I said, what you doing ain't really going to affect me. I'm good to go. I'm Gucci. I done passed all the trials and tribulations of my life. But if you want to go to prison and you want to get bent over, that bunk that you laying in, yeah, do you, son? I'm tired of trying to talk some sense in you dumbass niggas, man. And then y'all listening to fools like this, bringing up a whole bunch of bullshit that don't mean nothing. Man, what the hell the Metcalf family history got to do with anything? Only time that would come into fruition, only time that would come into focus is if Carmelo actually knew his family and actually knew that they had a violent past, or they knew Jiu-Jitsu, or they hated they dad. He don't know none of that shit, so he can't use none of that to say that he was in fear for his life because he heard that they was some monsters. These niggas is digging that shit up, man. It's like, will y'all please connect the dots, man? Can you connect the dots, man? Can you use critical thinking, nigga? Man. Oh, you know, your Tariq Nasheeds and your Willie D's, man, got these huge platforms. And it's no wonder that niggas are so dumb because they listening to other niggas talk about dumb shit instead of listening to somebody that actually knows what they talking about. Big Mike knows what he's talking about. My life has been steeped in violence. And man, I've written a bazillion use of force reports. I know what you can do, and I know what you can get away with. And what the fuck he did, he can't get away with that. Oh my God, man. Yep. Y'all asked for it, so you got it, Jack. Big Mike coming at you live, direct, Maxi Limits Radio Show. And we out.